while you're making your goals for this year, make health your number one goal. Because if you're not healthy, do you pursue those dreams? Welcome to the show. I am Princess Joy Ayo. We are streaming live on Facebook, on our YouTube page, and you can download the Galaxy mobile app so that you watch us on the go. A big shout out to our Star Times family. You're doing great. Yes. If this is the first time you're seeing the show, Family and Value is a show that discusses everything that has to do with your family, my family, your relationship, the society, the values that have been lost that we are trying to ignite into the society, bringing sanity back to the society. The show runs Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. and our Thursdays are strictly dedicated to health because we want a healthy family. You know, I'm not always in the studio alone. When I come looking all beautiful, you should know that I have someone right beside me giving me that elegant and radiating smile. Oh, gymmed up this morning. You know who I'm talking about? I'm talking about Mama Gen Z. Good morning. You're
not gymmed up.
No, but today I'm gymmed up.
A beautiful morning to you.
Good morning to you.
Like the sun in the morning, just rise up and make sure that you're doing something positive for yourself. So like the morning sun, you too shall rise and continue to shine. So rise and shine, for your light is come and the glory of the Lord is risen upon you. A beautiful morning to you. My name is Olori Adejoke Adobe David. Thank God for the gift of life. My friends call me Olori AJ. So we're going to have another wonderful time with ourselves today. Okay, I'm being reminded of my walk. So how well have you walked this morning? Okay, from what distance to what distance? You don't need to run. Sometimes when you do the walk, it goes a long way. Just decide to come down from the bus stop if you have enough time at a stop, transit place, and just take a walk down to your place of work. It goes a long way. It's part of the keeping fit and knowing how healthy you have. You put your muscle, your joints, your ankles, and every part of your body to work. See you as we continue with the show.
Yes, see you as we continue with the show. This morning I have a birthday shout out to a friend, but do you have any?
Yes, so our one and only Dr. Emma.
Oh, that's true.
I was just going through our medical personnel, our guests on the show, and suddenly I said, voila. It's his birthday yesterday.
Oh,
so
yesterday. Happy birthday to Dr.
Onyenuche. As you had another year to not be the least for you.
Amen.
Many more fatness to be thrown to your part and your work, your business, your endeavor, your family, your health, and your well-being. Have a splendid celebration.
Have a splendid celebration. Okay, this birthday shout out goes to my very own friend Vanessa. How we met is always a miracle to us. Happy birthday to you. Today she's 44 and she doesn't look it. Congratulations to you, sweet sis. Many more graceful years ahead. Okay, yes, today's conversation, well, it's very simple, but we are discussing health. Let's go on our mini feature. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Changes in adolescent boys. Adolescence is a transformative period in a boy's life marked by significant physical, emotional, and psychological changes. As boys transition from childhood to adulthood, they experience a wide range of development that can be both exciting and challenging. This writer provides an in-depth exploration of the changes that adolescent boys undergo, offering guidance and support for parents, caregivers, and the boys themselves. Physical changes. Puberty in hormonal shifts. The onset of puberty triggers a surge in hormone production, leading to physical changes such as growth spurt and increased height, development of facial hair and body hair, deepening of the voice, enlargement of the testicles and penis. Body composition and muscle development. As boys progress through adolescence, they experience changes in body composition, including increased muscle mass and strength, decreased body fat percentage, improved athletic performance and coordination. Sleep pattern and energy levels. Adolescent boys often experience changes in sleep patterns and energy levels, including increased sleepiness and fatigue, change in sleep schedules and duration, fluctuations in energy level throughout the day. Emotional and psychological changes, mood swings and emotional volatility. Adolescent boys often experience intense emotion and mood swings, including irritability and anger, sadness and depression, anxiety and stress. Identity formation and self-discovery. As boys navigate adolescence, they begin to explore their identities and develop a sense of self, including experimenting with different roles and personas, in developing new strengths and passions, forming relationships and social connections. Increased independence and decision-making. Adolescent boys often seek great independence and autonomy, including making decisions about education, career, and relationship, taking risks and exploring boundaries, developing problem-solving and critical thinking skills. Social changes, peer pressure and societal status. Adolescent boys often prioritize peer relationship and social status, forming close bonds with friends and peers, seeking acceptance and validation from others, navigating social hierarchies and cliques. Romantic relationship and sexualities. As boys mature, they may begin to explore romantic relationship and sexuality, including developing crushes and romantic interests, exploring sexual identity and orientation, navigating consent and healthy relationships. Family relationships and communication. Adolescent boys often experience changes in family relationship communication, including seeking greater independence and autonomy, developing conflict and disagreements with parents and caregivers, learning to communicate effectively and resolve conflicts. Strategies for supporting adolescent boys: open communication and active listening, faster open and honest communication, actively listening to your son's concerns and feelings, emotional validation and empathy. Validate your son's emotions, offering empathy and understanding as he navigates the challenges of adolescence. Positive role modeling and mentorship. Provide positive role modeling and mentorship, guiding your son as he develops his identity, values, and life skills. Encouraging independence and autonomy. Gradually increase your son's independence and autonomy, offering support and guidance as needed. Fostering a growth mindset and resilience. Encourage your son to develop a growth mindset and resilience, teaching him to view challenges as opportunities for growth and learning. Adolescent boy undergoes significant physical, emotional, and psychological changes as they transition from childhood to adulthood. Understanding these changes and providing support to guardians, parents, caregivers, and mentors can help adolescent boys navigate this critical period and develop into confident, capable, and passionate individuals. Changes in adolescent boys. Adolescence is a transformative period in a boy's life marked by significant physical, emotional, and psychological changes. As boys transition from childhood to adulthood, they experience a wide range of development that can be both exciting and challenging. This writer provides an in-depth exploration of the changes that adolescent boys undergo, offering guidance and support for caregivers and the boys themselves. Physical changes. Puberty and hormonal shifts. The onset of puberty triggers a surge in hormone production, leading to physical changes such as growth sprouts and increased height, development of facial hair and body hair, deepening of the voice, enlargement of the testicles and penis. Body composition and muscle development. As boys progress through adolescence, they experience changes in body composition, including increased muscle mass and strength, decreased body fat percentage, improved athletic performance and coordination. Sleep pattern and energy levels. Adolescent boys often experience sleep patterns and energy levels, including increased sleepiness and fatigue, change in sleep schedules and duration, fluctuations in energy levels throughout the day, emotional and psychological changes, mood swings and emotional volatility. Adolescent boys often experience intense emotion and mood swings, including irritability and anger, sadness and depression, anxiety and stress. Identity formation and self-discovery. As boys navigate adolescence, they begin to explore their identities and develop a sense of self, including experimenting with different roles and personas, developing new strengths and passions, forming relationships and social actions. Increased independence and decision making. Adolescent boys often seek great independence and autonomy, including making decisions about education, career, relationship, taking risks and exploring boundaries, developing problem-solving and critical thinking skills. Social changes, peer pressure and social status. Adolescent boys often prioritize peer relationship and social status, including forming close bonds with friends and peers, seeking acceptance and validation from others, navigating social hierarchies and cliques. Romantic relationship sexualities. As boys mature, they may begin to explore romantic relationship and sexuality, including developing crushes and romantic interests, exploring sexual identity and orientation, navigating connecting healthy relationships. Family relationships and communication. Adolescent boys experience changes in family relationships and communication, including seeking greater independence and autonomy, developing conflict and disagreements with parents and caregivers, learn to communicate effectively and resolve conflicts. Strategies for supporting adolescent boys: open communication and active listening, fast develop and honest communication, actively listening to your son's concerns and feelings, emotional validation and empathy. Validate your son's emotions, offering empathy and understanding as they navigate the challenges of adolescence. Positive role modeling and mentorship. Provide positive role modeling and mentorship, guiding your son as he develops his identity, values, and life skills. Encouraging independence and autonomy. Gradually increase your son's independence and autonomy, offering support and guidance as needed. Fostering a growth mindset and resilience. Encourage your son to develop a growth mindset and resilience, teaching him to view challenges as opportunities for growth and learn. Adolescent boys undergo significant physical, emotional, and psychological changes as they transition from childhood to adulthood. By understanding these changes and providing support to guardian parents, caregivers, and mentors can help adolescent boys navigate this critical period and develop into confident, capable, and compassionate individuals.
Okay, welcome back. Yes, today we are discussing changes in the adolescent boy. Changes in the adolescent boys. A lot of changes occur when you have a male child growing up. And something happened, I think sometime last week I was passing, and all these young guys were just coming, and the way I saw them, I was like, these are people that actually grew up and I knew how they were, but suddenly, they had most child, their voices became deep, and I was looking that, whoa, suddenly some people have grown. So if you have a male child, if you have a boy growing up, this conversation is for you, because we try to balance our conversation here on the show. So changes in the adolescent boy. A lot of changes occur. Some of them move from a lighter voice to a deep voice, and then you see them having, a lot of them end up having beards, and puberty stage sets in. Just like one of our guests said, that when you have a male child that is bedwetting, don't demonize it. I still remember that word. He said, don't demonize it. Rather, put the child through that it is a change that occurs in their system. A lot of them don't even understand what happens that period. They just feel like it's not like the girl child that we start gathering, pampering, but for the boys, you're just trying to, you know, they are boys, any boys will always be boys. So you let them be that way and they grow up having all those changes. And if care is not taken, they seek answers from the wrong people, which end up not being too good, because most of them, when they realize that it's puberty, a lot of them have been abused. A lot of them have tried looking for beers when it's not. I remember then a cousin of mine would use aftershave just to apply it and say, I want to have beers. And now he has so much to deal with, you know. Those are all the changes that occur. But how well do we know the changes that occur in the lives of adolescent boys? That's going to be our conversation here on the show while we wait for our guest to join us. I said this conversation very well because you know it's Thursday and our medical teams know how to do justice to the topic. Okay. Well, for those of us that still have younger boys growing up, we are beginning to observe a few things, and we are trying to understand what is happening, how is it going. But we have people that have grown up already into men, so they will share their experience. At least we know that Mama Gen Z has passed through that stage of changes of the adolescent boy. So how was it like in that stage?
How was it like? How easy could it be? I didn't have much problem handling that. I grew up among guys. My mom had girls. So I believe it's just a matter of natural understanding and trying to be up to date with them, try to be a friend, try to understand them, don't neglect them. Yes, maybe just one. But don't take your eyes off them. It helps them.
Okay.
It helps them when they have those changes, those transformations. It will be easy for them to be able to reach out to you. Reach out to you, mommy. I don't know, this and this is what I'm seeing. What do you think? Mommy, when can I have a girlfriend? Have you ever had that before?
Yeah. You did.
I did. And it was such an over.
How did you take that question, walking us and say, Mommy, when can I have it?
Job. Thank God for this beautiful profession. It's a beautiful one because you can always bring your life to reality. It's just like when you have the pastors, the imams, and the clergies, you know, they are not the best teacher. Even your lecturer will not be the best teacher. He doesn't have anything to relate his life with.
His life,
yes, it is presenting or be lecturing you on. And so, experience, they say, is the best teacher. I have to use the question as a teaser on the red carpet. I use it as a teaser on the red carpet. When do you think a 14-year-old or a 12-year-old can have a girlfriend? So, you know, I don't know. I don't know what brought about that, but he just asked, Mommy, when can I have a girlfriend? And I'm like, wow, at 14, okay, let's go. And I was asking. I remember Omaumi, then she was one of the people asked the question, Teddy Babyface and some of them like that. And I remember Omaumi very well because she's a very funny but reality person. She said, you need to let that child know, say, the thing where adult they sit down, they see. Even if a child carry 20 ladders, they go see and go pay. So you need to let the child understand that it's good for you to have a girlfriend. And even if maybe you're seeing your friends having one, you have to put yourself in check to know what is a realistic meaning of having a girlfriend. Why do I need one? What are those things I need to? I remember those well. So many of them went on like that. Why not start, you know, just to be, it's just friend. They are not going to be having anything.
Yeah, it's always starting with just friend.
What if something happened and something happened? You said, then you need to caution such a child. You need to bring them to reality. You need to understand them. But when these transformations start coming, when they try to notice or walk in the path of the elders, what they see the adults do. Oh, daddy and mommy, yeah, I can have a girlfriend. So they will be visualizing or imagining it that one day that my girlfriend may become my wife. That's the way they see it. That's the way they understand it. So in the area of the transformation also, the same thing applies to them. Like our guest, Papa for the Boys, said on Tuesday last week, he said it. He said, even if you're a single parent, a single mother, whether a single mother or a single father, look for that particular sex person, the same sex person that can help to guide. If he's a boy, look for a man that the boy will respect, to see like a father figure, who is also a responsible father figure. I would say father, not just pick anybody on the street.
Responsible father figure.
Someone who is responsible, someone who is articulate, someone who is still, someone who is organized, someone you can, the boy can see and say, wow, this is a role model. I can begin to prepare my life with this, kind of person, the process that is going. So it goes a long way when this transformation comes, because as a woman, you cannot, deliver everything. Rather want to, talk with a fellow man who will help them. I look forward to some of my friends who I respect so much, who are older than me in the profession, in my profession, you understand, to help in that regard. Okay, one thing is you have your father to help you. And when the father figure is not there available, then you look for a father figure for that child. You can seek help from. You understand? It happens. Whether you're a nurse, whether you are
I think for me, I remember David waking up one morning and asking me, "Mom, why do I always have erection? Anytime I wake up, I'll just see my penis shooting out." And I looked at him like this.
And what answer?
And I told him, I told him, I said, it's natural. It's the way God created. It shows a man. That's why everybody will say, it shows a man.
But you don't end it
but I didn't end it there. Yeah, I had to now take him to someone who now tutored him and told him reasons why. Because I didn't see myself giving detailed explanation.
Yeah, so that's what they will need.
Yes, and suddenly he's having pubic hair growing, and every time he's asking questions, I'll say, "Hello, this is the person you should direct your questions to," because I'm not in that position to actually give you an answer to that problem you're looking at. Because for me, it's easier to relate with when it's the same sex with you, but when it's the opposite sex, and again with era that these children they ask too many questions. Too many questions. I remember one day he was saying, "Mommy, at what stage will my voice start getting deep?" I'm like, then he was not even up to 8, not now that December. I said, "Why are you asking that?"
Because you need to know.
He said, "I want to."
I noticed from some of his classmates who are older than him.
Yeah, he actually has a 10-year-old friend that is in a higher grade, and he said, "Mommy, anytime he's talking, his voice is always."
So he's seen all those signs, and he knows very soon it will get to him.
It will get to him.
He had always been talking with this particular person. His voice was never like this. Now his voice has changed, and it's like so. And maybe they must have spoken to that an extent, and now like.
But does those changes come with any emotional challenges to the kids, or do they feel bad, or they feel sad? Is there something? Because I remember then when I started my cycle,
if they don't,
it comes down with a lot
if they don't have the right answers, they're bound to go into themselves, and you will not be helping them if they don't have the right answers. Like I remember when I was growing up, there are some questions you ask. You say kabukaso. What is kabukaso? My mama used that thing, carry me for head, no be small. Kabukaso. You now be looking for kabukaso. You don't know what kabukaso.
What is kabukaso?
I don't know. I don't know how she got it. When you ask certain questions, say kabukaso. Those days our parents, try to cover so many things from us. They hide so many things because they believe if we know, like the generations of now, we'll take some steps or decisions, make some mistakes, terrible ones. That was the intention. Or maybe you are not even old enough to know. That's what they feel. But really, if such a child does not get the right answers at the right time, the way he or she deserves to know it, then there will be trouble. You see such child going into himself or herself. That's one. Two, you see such child seeking answers elsewhere, looking out to people that, in short, you least expect your child to go to. And because those ones are sycophants, they want to take advantage. They want to tread on their innocence. They want to take advantage of their innocence. I mean, they will lead them in the wrong direction. So we need to be very careful how and the way we present this understanding and this explanation to these children whenever they come to you. If you don't have the answers, please seek advice from counselors, professionals. It may not even cost you. It may not cost you, because it's an advantage for them to have such and prepare such a child for whatever the child needs to understand or need to know. So we don't allow them to go into themselves, because when they go into themselves, it means that you are not capable as a
of
parent.
handling
Of handling them or even knowing who they are. But when they see you, okay, my dear, you know what? We have an appointment with so person today. Just prepare yourself. You know this. Just prepare their mind. This person will make it look like it's as simple as.
But I feel like at that stage, boys don't want to talk because they are seeing the changes, they are hiding it.
No, it's because you are far away from them. That's why some of them will not want to talk. Like I told you, I gave you my example. For him to have asked me,
when do I want to
have
a girlfriend?
At the age of 14, you understand? It goes a long way for him to like. His friends may have been discussing, and it's a boys and girls school, so they must have been discussing and been having this chit chat. And he's not like, if I should, the kind of parent, the kind of home I come from, it's better I ask this woman before she see the other side of me and I get into her. So your child will have that fear. You understand that my mom will never, accept this. But because there's this relationship between you and your son or your daughter, you understand, it will come to you. It will come to you.
It will come to you. All right, let's go and play our mini feature again, because our guest is here to have this conversation with us. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Changes in adolescent boys. Adolescence is a transformative period in a boy's life marked by significant physical, emotional, and psychological changes. As boys transition from childhood to adulthood, they experience a wide range of development that can be both exciting and challenging. This writer provides an in-depth exploration of the changes that adolescent boys undergo, offering guidance and support for parents, caregivers, and the boys themselves. Physical changes. Puberty in hormonal shifts. The onset of puberty triggers a surge in hormone production, leading to physical changes such as growth spurt and increased height, development of facial hair and body hair, deepening of the voice, enlargement of the testicles and penis. Body composition and muscle development. As boys progress through adolescence, they experience changes in body composition, including increased muscle mass and strength, decreased body fat percentage, improved athletic performance and coordination. Sleep pattern and energy levels. Adolescent boys often experience changes in sleep patterns and energy levels, including increased sleepiness and fatigue, change in sleep schedules and duration, fluctuations in energy level throughout the day. Emotional and psychological changes. Mood swings and emotional volatility. Adolescent boys often experience intense emotion and mood swings, including irritability and anger, sadness and
Welcome back. Yes, we are discussing the changes in adolescent boys. Had gone a part of giving our own different experiences, and here we have our guest in the studio with us. Good morning. Well, happy New Year.
So good to have you.
So good to have you here. So we have Adenike. I can't pronounce the middle name, but I know it's Adeleke. Please introduce yourself. That one sounds like Chinese name.
It's Senakmo Elizabeth Adeleke.
Okay, Senakmo, welcome, ma. Good to have you. Okay, ma. Changes in adolescent boys. What are the most common changes in adolescent boys that you know that's across all ages? What are those common changes?
Common changes varies, but starting from the voice, their voice will change because their vocal cord will be enlarged. Then concerning the hair of the body, some of them start growing hair on their armpits and underneath. There's elongation of the penis. There are ejaculations in some cases that we call it a wet dream or dream wet. So they have this ego that I'm a boy, I'm a grown-up boy. They want to do things the way adults are acting. So at that stage, their emotions differs. Some will have they will be quiet, and some they will be lousy. So at that time, the moral and values need to be inculcated into them.
Okay, so how can parents help to prepare these boys to get to understand the stage and the time that they have found themselves?
And they need more love, more care, more understanding. The parents too, they must understand themselves so that they can help the children. At this time, you know, they have groups, friends will be talking to them, but their parents need to be their confidant at this moment so that they will not be misled by friends or peer group.
Not be misled. What are the common emotional challenges? Like I was asking before you came, I said, are there emotional challenges that come with transiting from that baby you were suddenly, yes, you're now in puberty stage, and some of them it just comes, they are not prepared for it, somehow it just comes. What are those emotional challenges that comes with it?
There are some challenges that come with it. Like for instance, I had a grandchild that came to me on Sunday. Said, "Grandma, my breast is paining me." I said, I now palpated the side. I said, "Oh, it's going through this." So I said, I put him down, explained to him, said, "My dear, it's not a challenge."
A boy will be having breast pain.
Yes, there will
for
be.
Real?
Yes.
Wow.
They do.
Okay.
You know what happens to A may not happen to B. So our developmental growth differs, and don't forget we have a family heritage. Some they will go smoothly, and some they will have one thing or the other that they will be going through. So at that moment you need to understand them. You don't need to shout on them. You need to show more love. Give them a listening ear so that they will be able to pour out their mind, and then you will be able to help them out.
Okay, we've been talking with Assistant Director of Nursing Services, Madam. She's actually Pastor's Bible. Yes. So I'll call her Deaconess Pastor. Okay, so I want to ask, what is the effect of peer pressure on these adolescents when they get to that stage? What are those things that parents should look out for because of the peer pressure?
Yes, the morals they put up, the values. Some people, this is the time that lifestyle must be washed. You know, so most of them these days, because of internet, they are much on the phone. So you need to watch the children closely, be nearer to them, be their friend, so that and you ask them questions. Some may have told them that, like for instance, I had a lady being told that virginity, if you keep it for long, it's not good, that you have pain, you have this. So all those things, even it can happen to boys as well.
Yeah.
So you need to be more closer to the boys. All of them,
Sha. Before you go on, before I forget this, what you said now, just take this off my memory now. I remember there was a time when we were growing up, said when a boy starts having tummy ache, it's because he's still a virgin and he has not made with. How true is that?
It's not true.
What causes?
I
also have another question. There was a time I have a young boy who was having one of, I think the testicles was all holding, and he was having tummy ache, and the testicle was also, pains from the testicle. You cannot even touch it. What could have prompted that? That
could have been a urinary tract infection. It's not as a result of not having sex. These boys, they use toilet anyhow, they wee anyhow. So it may be their personal hygiene is very low. And if this happens, infection comes in. Like a boy using boxer for a week without changing, all those things. And you expect life to go on like that. No. You understand, ma? Yeah. So personal hygiene needs to be put in place. Both environmental and then inward. What you eat, the way you dress, you understand, the way you keep your body. You bathe in the morning, in the evening when you are back going to bed, you eat. And so all these things, they just, I'm a boy, John, no matter, let me just go and sleep. No, girls are more careful, but boys, they can wee anywhere, they can do anything anyhow. So that boy may be going through a urinary tract infection that needs to be dealt with. Not that because he doesn't have sex. No. We should not have that mentality.
Now, what are the stages of changes in a boy's life from, let's say, age 5 to get to 19? Physical stages, age by age. Because I have an 8-year-old boy, like I was sharing. One day he woke up and his penis was erecting, and he asked me, "Mommy, why am I having erection?" I said, "Well, it's natural." And then suddenly I started seeing puberty hair, and it starts with brownish, but this one is black and it's 8. And I'm looking at I've been examining the boy.
She's a mother.
And I'm looking at him like, and his armpit the hair is black. I'm like, okay, you're just 8 though. What is happening to you? So what are those stages?
Don't forget that you nourish the boy very well. It starts depending on the way we bring up a child. Sometimes when you see some children, they grow better than themselves, depending on their family background and the education of the parents. You cannot imagine a well-educated woman neglecting the child, not feeding the child regularly, not caring for the child, the changing of diaper until you are being told to no. You understand? That's why the need to attend antenatal clinic is there. Very, very important. So the child can start puberty depending. Your won't start early. Some may start very late. And we have 3 stages of adolescence. Okay. We have early, we have middle, and we have late. The early starts with the book of thought is 11 to 14. The middle one starts from 15 to 19. And the late starts from 19. The middle is 15 to 17. While the late one starts from 17 to 21. But some school of thought say 25. Wow. So may our children not be part of the
the consequences if they are late, Is there anything you need to worry about?
There is a setback. Their cognitive stage will be affected. And that's why you see some men, they are more matured than the other. Some women, I don't care attitude. So they are now trying to come in gradually, slow development.
So it's better the early development and the middle.
The early and the middle. Okay, then I want to ask this question. A guest was talking about that we should not demoralize bedwetting. How do you deal with an adolescent boy that is suddenly found himself bedwetting? And it's not been there. He just wakes up and he sees themself smell his spam. Someone will not even tell you, they wrap this thing. I remember them, my brothers, they wrap it behind. They won't even say it.
They will be ashamed of, initially they will be ashamed, but you need to let them know the reason is part of their physical development. And then they should not, because of that, start messing themselves up. So they need to apply cleanliness when such happens, and note not to be frequent, not to be ejaculating frequently.
Okay, so when it's not, when there's a frequent, that means there's another something.
Something is wrong. There's no caution. If there's no caution, you cannot put yourself. If there's something is wrong. So medically, the boy will need to be examined by
a medical person.
Thank you so much, Mama. The final advice to our viewers at home, because it came in a bit late.
Yes, ma'am.
So we've been expecting to hear more of this, but because our time is spent, maybe there will be another time. Daddy will bring you early. Daddy, thank you for bringing me.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. So your final advice to our viewers out there as they are waiting to hear from you.
We need to be more cautious in training our children, not to be shut down on them. Let them, give them listening ears, pray more for them, show more love. And then you need to watch their movements. The time they spend much on phone, reduce it. Because this phone is causing a lot of things in a dangerous way. God will help us.
God will help us.
Our family in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Okay, I wanted to ask so many questions, but unfortunately, because of our time, I'm sure if you have a question relating to this topic, please send it to the number 08023036856, 08023366856. Send that text message. Whether you have a young boy or a teenage boy going into masturbation, bedwetting, there are ways and things you can do, or early ejaculation or continuous ejaculation. There are things you have to do medically, and we have our professionals who can always find answers and help you in this regard. And also those who are bedwetting, there are things you need to do. Maybe it's late, maybe it takes too much water, it plays too late and too much as well. You know, sometimes even as children, have we before?
Let's imagine everybody that was gone through
when I was young. And you know, sometimes you have played and I forgot that it's time for you to stand up from your bed. You think you are still playing. You are meanwhile you are I just back yourself up. So please, let's be friendly to our children. Let's love them. Let's pamper them. Let's do what parents need to do.
And pray for them.
They need that prayer more. In everything, they need it.
They need
As
the Lord.
You guide them, you need the prayer. Because God created them. There's nothing you can do. All you see, go back there. On that note, wish you the very best of today. And a big shout out to the Olukoyas. Olukoya, happy wedding anniversary. Bukola and her husband, and also to Pastor and Pastor Mrs. Folusho Oluwatoyin Adesonya, happy wedding anniversary to both of you. Good News Center and from Family and Values Galaxy Television, we wish you the very best of this many honeys in your moons. We love you. My name is Remain Olori Adijoke Adobi David. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Okay, you've heard it. Well, for those that still have younger boys growing up, it's important to take note of the changes one after the other. It's not the time to neglect them. It's time to look out for them. When they wake up in the morning, go to the bed, check around what happened. Yes, their boxers, pick it up, change it for them. It will help them understand. Thank you very much to our guests that came in, and at least you helped us, give us a light of what we are talking about today. Tomorrow it's Friday and we'll be discussing screen time and technology. Now we are looking at the effects in the family front. Screen time and technology. The effects, we are going to see both sides, negative, positive. What has it done to the family? Screen time and technology, that will be our conversation tomorrow. Thank you for being part of Healthy Thursday on Family and Values. I am Princess Joy Ayo. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a peaceful Thursday and stay healthy. Bye.
Yeah.